And hello, this is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. I haven't talked about business in quite a while because so much has been happening in this world. And a lot of it has to do with hate. And it has to do with misunderstanding. It has to do with being ignorant about what's going on and not paying attention to what's going on. And the other issue is that a lot of people in this country and around the world do not know the history of their nation. And we have that problem going on right now, because if these students in our universities knew their history, they would not be protesting in favor of a terrorist group of Hamas in Palestine. They just would not. And the bitter part of this is that these individuals have been upholding Hamas and upholding Palestine, but they really have not accomplished anything. What they have basically done, and this is really sad, what they've basically done is shown pictures of food to the Palestinians, but have given them nothing in return. I'm sorry, you fasting doesn't cut it. You walking around with headbands on that are Middle Eastern in storytelling has nothing to do with the Palestinians. You are literally making all this noise, and you have made enemies from the people who are going to hire you, because all that you're doing is nonsense. It is accomplishing nothing. If you would have been smart, let's be honest, if you would have been smart and thought this through, and if you really cared about the children in Palestine and the people in Palestine and them not having food, not having clothing, listen, one of the things that you should have done, each and every single one of you that really want to help the Palestinians, is got a bag, taken 2 pieces of your own clothing and put it in that bag with a note of hope, and that would have been sent over to the Palestinians, and they would have had something to look forward to, something to help them out in that daily life. Or if you wanted to create a food bank and start collecting foods and canned goods and everything else to send to them, you could have done that. But no, what did you do? You went on a fast. Which did absolutely nothing. You went through your schools and painted on walls and tore down pictures and put Nazi insignias on the walls. I'm sorry, that helps no one. It doesn't even help your cause. It makes it look really, really stupid. Because if you don't understand the Nazi portion of it, of those insignias on the wall, and what it did to many people throughout Europe in destroying homes and families and bombing of England and all these other peaceful nations, you don't know anything. You know diddly squat about the history of this nation and Nazism, and also the new terrorist groups. Well, they have been around here for a long time, so they're not new. But Hamas and Hezbollah and so many others that are deep within the Palestinian territories and doing so much damage to the Palestinian people that you have missed the whole point. If you wanted to help somebody, you should have helped them. But marching on campus and demanding this and demanding that, you look like spoiled children, absolutely spoiled children, just trying to make noise but doing absolutely nothing. You showed the Palestinians a picture of food, but didn't even help them. Kids that need clothing. Adults that need clothing. Everything that needs to be done for people, which you could have done, you did nothing. Except rant and rave like little spoiled children. You really should be ashamed of yourself. Do you know how many homeless children are in the United States? They have no home whatsoever. There's over 700,000 American kids. Which comes first, Americans or another country? There are people living on the street. There are veterans that are crippled and living on the streets. And do you reach out and help them? No. You chose a political situation of another country and not of the situation in America. If you go down to Irvine, California, which is one of the most beautiful counties in California and also one of the richest counties in California, you will see on the back streets, you will see people living in their cars as they are going to school, and yet you did nothing to help them. You chose a political statement full of hate instead of love for the people that are surrounding you that you just don't pay attention to at all. You have made the wrong moral choice. This nation, America, needs a lot of help. We've got people living on the streets. We've got people living under bridges. We have people living in cars. We have people living everywhere that they can possibly get shelter, and yet you do nothing. But you chose a hateful political statement to make instead of helping your fellow neighbor, the fellow people that are around you. I bet you even know of students who are living in their cars just trying to make it going to school. But you don't care. You want to make hate your priority. And so you chose Hamas, you chose Hezbollah, you chose the Palestinian nation. Listen, do you think the Palestinians, the actual Palestinians, want these terrorist groups in there? No, they don't. They want them out. But yet, you decided to go hate, support Hezbollah, and support these other terrorist groups that are doing so much harm to the Palestinian people, and yet you don't care because you have a hate in your heart and you have a hate message that you want to get out there, and you do not respect the United States. It's a sad thing to say. Now you guys are going to go out and try and find jobs from the schools who did the most damage. It's not going to work. Will not work. I would not hire one single one of you. Some of you might be deserving of it, but I'm sorry. But if you attended the school and allowed that hate to happen, you're just as guilty as the haters. Maybe that's a little too strong. Maybe you don't like that. But you didn't stand up for your school. You didn't stand up for love. You didn't stand up for respect. You didn't stand up for anything. In fact, when those people walked off the campus on Saturday and Sunday, graduating with their pro-Palestinian things, you clapped. You clapped. And as you went out, you probably stepped over a homeless person and didn't even care. Did not even care. I tell you, I've had it with the college education that's going on and the university education that's going on in America because I'm seeing failure. I'm seeing children that hate their nation. They will never build anything except more hate. If you have hate in your heart, you build hate. You never build a solid nation. I would say this. Stop showing the Palestinian people pictures of food and then go out and demonstrate. When you could be sending that food to Palestine. You could be sending those clothing from Palestine to Palestine. But you didn't do it. You did nothing. All of you schools could have united and could have done something positive for the Palestinian people, but you chose hate, just like the Palestinian people are forced hate upon them by Hamas and Hezbollah, and you don't care about that. You don't care about the Palestinian people. If you did, you would do something, but you don't. I want you to really think about what you're doing, what you're saying, because you're not accomplishing anything except more hate. And those schools who are bending to the wishes of the protesters, you're just building more hate. In fact, I would not even send one single student to that school if you are going to promote and endorse hate. These protesters have shown hate. Hamas has shown hate. Iran has shown hate. Hezbollah has shown hate, and there are a dozen other terrorist groups within the Palestinian territories that are doing just as bad as all these other people combined. But they have one common goal, and that is to wipe out Israel, wipe out America, wipe out the Western world. That's their whole goal. Do some study, do some research, and you will find what you are supporting is hate and death. This is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. Talk with you soon. Have a great day and God bless. Bye-bye.